Hello, friends, and welcome to today's Read Aloud. This is a story that I shared with you while we were in our classroom at school. So you've heard the story before, but what you haven't seen are the new illustrations. So this book just celebrated its 90th birthday of publication. That means it's older than all of you, it's older than me, it's older than our principal, it's older than the oldest teacher in our school. It's older than most of your grandparents, probably older than all of your grandparents. So it's a really old book, but it has such a great message that they decided that to keep it in publication, not only would they keep it with the original illustrations, they would also hire a man named Dan Santat to do some new illustrations. And I've been waiting for this book to come out for a long time, and as soon as it came out in April, I made sure that I ordered it so that I could read it to you. And you might be thinking, I wonder what book that is. Well, before I show you, I'm going to give you some clues. And I want to see if you can guess what the book is before I read it to you. So my first clue for you is this piece of metal with some plastic on it. And this is very old. It's actually my grandfather's. And when he was little, my Grampsy loved toy trains, and he liked real trains as an adult. And so he had this train track on a piece of board at his house, and a little train would go along it. And he said that when he was younger, his cat would watch the train and try to pounce on it because she thought it was alive. So in this story today, there's a train track. Another setting in our story is a train station. So this is an old birdhouse that's actually a railroad station. You can see the train right here. So this is the engine of the train. That's where you put all of the coal or wood or the engine, the fuel, to send the train on its way. And these are the carriages, the train carriages. And it looks like this one is hauling some wood. And so trains can transport or carry different things to different locations. So they can carry coal to be burned for energy. They can carry toys and materials and supplies, building supplies. They can carry all different types of things. So do you think you know what our story is for today? It's the story called The Little Engine That Could. And it's one of my favorite stories. I used it earlier in the year, like I mentioned before, but this time when I read it the first time, I used it to talk about growth mindset, how it's important to think that we can do something and then keep working until we're able to do it. So that's having a growth mindset. But today, I want to read it for a different word. I want to read it for the word persistence. Now, persistence is kind of a long word, but it means to keep trying even when things are difficult. If you are persistent, it means you never give up. You keep trying. And there are a lot of characters in this story today that are persistent. And persistence is Parkview Elementary's word of the month for April. And so I will be nominating one of you who I think did an excellent job of showing persistence this month. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, enjoy this story called The Little Engine That Could, written by Watty Piper and now reimagined by Caldecott Medal winner Dan Santat. So here is the book, and I want you to notice that in addition to the train, the engine, all of the carriages that are carrying different things, there are some words coming out of the steam. Now that couldn't really happen, just like trains can't really talk, but it's a fun thing to imagine. So I'm going to have you help me read it. It says, I think I can. I think I can. So when I read that line in the story, I want you at your house or on your lawn or wherever it is you're listening to say, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Because I know you could. I know you could. I know you could. All right. So you might have seen this on the birdhouse that I had, but this says railroad crossing, and that means where trains go, and you want to be very careful if the lights are flashing that you do not cross, because that would be dangerous. So you need to stop when the signal light is red. That's part of train safety. And the setting of this story, it looks like we're outside, and that's where trains go. Trains carry things outside, kind of like cars do, and they can even tunnel through mountains. If there's a train track, they've made ways for trains to travel through mountains by blasting out the rock and laying the railroad track through a mountain. So trains can go lots of different places. So The Little Engine That Could, retold by Watty Piper and reimagined by Dan Santat. So here is the first engine in the story. So that is our red engine, little red engine. And we've got the happy elephant and some giraffes. And back here you can see some other animals. Oh, there's even a dog in this carriage. And the engine is going along really well. But she's not the little engine on the cover, so I'm kind of wondering what happens. Chug, 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 puff, 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 puff. Ding dong, ding dong. The little train rumbled over the tracks. She was a happy little train, for she had such a jolly load to carry. Her cars were filled full of good things for boys and girls. So I wonder if she is carrying some toys on her train. Oh, I think so. There were toy animals, giraffes with long necks, teddy bears with almost no necks at all, and even a baby elephant. Then there were dolls. Dolls with blue eyes and yellow curls. Dolls with brown eyes and bobbed heads. And the funniest little toy clown that you ever saw. And there were cars full of toy engines, airplanes, tops, jackknives, pictures, puzzles, books, and every kind of thing boys or girls could want. So I want to pause right now, and what would you like that was on that train? There's lots of things that were there, toys and puzzles and games. What would you like to see on that train? Or if there was something that wasn't listed that you would like, I would like you to take some time to imagine it, and imagine it being on this train that's coming to you. Oh, but that was not all. Some of the cars were filled with all sorts of good things for boys and girls to eat. Big golden oranges, red-cheeked apples, bottles of creamy milk for their breakfast, fresh spinach for their dinners, peppermint drops, and lollipops for after-meal treats. Sounds so good. The little train was carrying all these wonderful things to the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain. She puffed along merrily. Then, all of a sudden, she stopped with a jerk. She simply could not go another inch. She tried, and she tried, and she tried, but her wheels would not turn. So she's doing her very, very best. You can see the concentration on her face. And look, the animals, the toy animals, the baby elephant and the giraffes, they're very concerned because their train has stopped. She's not able to go anymore. What were all those good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain going to do without the wonderful toys to play with and the good food to eat? "Here comes a shiny new engine," said the funny little clown who jumped out of the train. "Let us ask him to help us." So the clown is the first example in this story of persistence, and so is the red engine. So the red engine, she tried and she tried and she tried. She kept being persistent until she realized no amount of effort would make it work for her. So now the little clown, he says, "Nope, I'm going to be persistent. I'm not going to give up. I still want to get to the other side of the mountain." So he's doing his best to solve the problem by talking to this big engine. And this big engine certainly looks like he would be strong enough to carry them over the mountain. here he is. He's much, much bigger than their original engine. So all the dolls and toys cried out together, "Please, shiny new engine, won't you please carry us over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and the boys and the girls on the other side of the mountain won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the shiny new engine snorted. "I pull you. I am a passenger engine. I just carried a fine, big train over the mountain with more cars than you ever dreamed of. My train had sleeping cars with comfortable berths, a dining car where waiters bring whatever hungry people want to eat, and parlor cars in which people sit in soft armchairs and look out of big plate glass windows. I pull the likes of you? Indeed not." So this big engine, he's a passenger engine. That means that instead of carrying supplies like toys and food, he carries people. And so there might have been a lot of words on that page that we needed to pause and clarify. One of the words that might be new to you is the word berth. And a berth is a place that you can sleep. And it's not exactly like a bed because you have a bed in your house, but a berth is a place on a ship or a train where you can go to sleep. And a parlor is kind of a place similar to your living room where you can eat and talk and be with other people. So he says that he's far too important to carry luggage like the toys. He only carries people. And so even though he's strong enough to go over the mountain, because he just took a load of passengers there, he refuses to help. So I want you to look closely at this page because our clown is still there. He continues to be persistent. He refuses to give up. He's going to keep trying until he gets to the other side of the mountain. So off he steamed, that means the passenger train, to the roundhouse where engines live when they are not busy. How sad the little train and all the dolls and toys felt. Then the little clown called out, "The passenger engine is not the only one in the world. Here is another engine coming, a great, big, strong one. Let us ask him to help us." The little toy clown waved his flag, and the big, strong engine came to a stop. So I think maybe this engine might help them. He's big and he's strong. It seems like he would be able to carry them over the mountain. Let's see what he says. So first, the clown and the toys need to explain what the problem is so that he knows why they need help. And you can see how big he is. He takes up not just half of this page, but all of this page. He is much bigger than the little red engine at the beginning of this book. "Please, oh please, big engine," cried all the dolls and toys together. "Won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and the good little boys and good little girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the big, strong engine bellowed, "I am a freight engine. I have just pulled a big train loaded with big machines over the mountain. These machines print books and newspapers for grown-ups to read. I am a very important engine indeed. I won't pull the likes of you." And the freight engine puffed off indignantly to the roundhouse. Ugh. So, is the freight engine going to help them? He said no. He will not help them. He says he's too important. He's too busy taking freight, so that means things that a big train like this would carry, and supplies, over the mountain, and he doesn't want to carry toys. He only carries things for grown-ups, for adults, like your parents and grandparents. So he doesn't want to carry something as seemingly insignificant to him as toys. So if I was the clown right now, I'd feel pretty discouraged because the passenger engine wouldn't help me. The freight engine wouldn't help me. Do you think he's going to give up? Or do you think the clown will continue to be persistent? That means he's going to keep on trying until he succeeds. The little train and all the dolls and toys were very sad. So you can see them. Here's the giraffe and the clown and the elephant. But I see another train coming. This train engine doesn't look as strong as the other two. The little train and the dolls were very sad, as I told you. But the clown remained persistent. "Cheer up," cried the little toy clown. "The freight engine is not the only one in the world. Here comes another. He looks very old and tired, but our train is so little, perhaps he can help us." So the little toy clown waved his flag, and the dingy, rusty old engine stopped. So here they are. The shiny red engine and the old train. So they're about the same size, so he might be able to help pull the train over the mountain because the train doesn't have that many cars. It's a pretty small train. "Please, kind engine," cried all the dolls and toys together. "Won't you please pull us over our train over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and the boys and girls on the other side of the mountain won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But here's the rusty old engine. This is what he says. He sighed, "I am so tired. I must rest my weary wills. I cannot pull even so little a train as yours over the mountain. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot." And off he rumbled to the roundhouse, chugging, "I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot." So here they are. It looks like the giraffes and the elephants and the teddy bears and the dolls have given up. But I see someone who's remaining persistent. That means he's going to keep on trying and not give up. Then indeed the little train was very, very sad, and the dolls and toys were ready to cry. But the little clown, who's very persistent, called out, "Here is another engine coming, a little blue engine, a very little one. Maybe she will help us." The very little engine came along, chugging merrily along. When she saw the toy clown's flag, she stopped quickly. So here she is. She's on the train track. She's headed towards the small train. "What is the matter, my friends?" she asked kindly. So here she is. You can tell that she wants to help them because rather than waiting for them to ask her for help, she's saying, "Oh, I see that you need help," and she wants to know how she can help them. "Oh, little blue engine," cried the dolls and toys, "will you pull us over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and the good boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us. Please, please help us, little blue engine." So I want you to make a prediction. Do you think this engine is the engine that will help them? She's a lot smaller than the passenger and freight engine, and she's just about the size of the old rusty engine, but I think she might be the one who's willing to help, and she's also the one who shows up on the cover as the little engine that could. So I'm hoping that she's going to help them out. So here's the mountain that they've been talking about, and it's a very, very long way to the top of this mountain. And even though there aren't that many cars on the train, it would still be a lot of work. So she says, "I am not very big," said the little engine. "They use me only for switching trains in the yard." So just like the other engines told her, the train, what they did, there was a passenger and a freight engine. She's explaining what her job normally is. So her job isn't to carry cars, her job is just to help switch trains. But do you think her normal job is going to stop her from helping other people and animals and toys when she knows that they need help? I have never been over the mountain. So the passenger and the freight engine, they'd all been over the mountain before. But this little blue engine, she's never gone that far. She's only stayed in the station yard. But the toys are persistent. They say, "But we must get over the mountain before the children awake," said all the dolls and the toys. The very little engine looked up and saw the tears in the doll's eyes, and she thought of the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain who would not have any toys or good food to eat unless she helped. Then she said, "I think I can. I think I can. I think I can." And she hitched herself to the little train. So there's their old engine. They're leaving her behind because she's stuck, and I'm sure they'll come back to help her later. But they know that they need to get to the other side of the mountain. So the little blue engine, she's attached herself to this engine's train, and she's going to pull it up the mountain. At least she hopes she can. She said, "I think I can. I think I can. I think I can." And she tugged and pulled and pulled and tugged. And slowly, 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 they started off. And there they go. You can see the little blue engine pulling the train. The toy clown jumped aboard, and all the dolls and the toy animals began to smile and cheer because finally there was somebody to help them. Puff, puff, chug, chug, went the little blue engine. "I think I can. I 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 think I can." And so she's going up, 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 up. Lots and lots of work. Up, up, up. Faster and faster and faster the little engine climbed until at last they reached the very top of the mountain. Down in the valley lay the city. And who's in the city? All of the little boys and girls who have been waiting for the good food and the good toys that this train is going to bring. So you can tell that the blue engine feels pretty happy, and so does the clown and the bear and the elephant and the giraffes, because they're able to do what they were designed to do. They're able to get to the other side of the mountain for the boys and girls. So here she goes. They climbed up, and after you climb up, then you get to go down. "Hooray! Hooray!" cried the funny little clown. So all of his persistence in continuing to ask for help paid off. And all the dolls and toys cried hooray too. The good little boys and girls in the city will be happy because you helped us, kind little blue engine. So they remembered to thank her for all she did. And the blue engine also showed a lot of persistence. She didn't say, "Nope, I don't think I'm strong enough," or "Nope, that's not what I was designed for. I only switched trains and engines in the yard." She said, "No, I can do it. I will do my best to help you. I think I can." And because she was persistent and because the clown was persistent, they got to the other side of the mountain. Here they are, just at sunset. And the little blue engine smiled and seemed to say as she puffed steadily down the mountain, "I thought I could. I 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 thought I could." And so this is the end of the book, and it has a note from the illustrator of this edition. His name is Dan Santant, that I told you before. And so this is the train track and a train station. And I'm not going to read the whole thing he wrote to you, but I do want to read part of it. He said that when he got older, he loved the story as a preschooler, but he remembered it even when he was an adult in high school and college. And he would like to tell himself, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, right before taking tests. And even though that's a little funny for an adult to do, he said it helped him. And then he also said that this is a really important thing to say to yourself, that I think I can. It's the voice in your head that gives you permission to believe in yourself when no one else does. A quiet place in your mind where no one can contest your beliefs. And he also said that even now, he says something often enough, you can sometimes convince yourself that it can be done. Today, I still say it to myself before presenting to hundreds of children at schools all over the country or in the midst of meeting a tight deadline. It doesn't take much to lift a person's spirit and make us believe that we can all possibly become much more than we ever dreamed. And it's all thanks to a little blue train. So throughout this week and the rest of this new month, I want you to still be persistent. I want you to tell yourself, I think I can, I think I can. When you're doing assignments on Lexia or ST Math that are hard for you, I want you to tell yourself, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, and keep that persistence in your head, and you'll be able to do incredible, important things just like the little blue train did. I believe in you, and I know you could. I know you could. I know you could. Thanks, friends, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.